This podcast is not a substitute for a relationship with your mental health professional. Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown. And if you haven't become a part of the family as of yet, please do so right now. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. All you have to do is subscribe to the podcast. So click that subscribe button, like the podcast, and share the podcast with the people in your life who you love or that you want to inspire and empower. Okay. Oh, and I would love for you to put a comment down. If you're feeling some kind of way, if you agree with what it is that I'm saying, or if you disagree, as long as it's respectful, come on, give it to me. I love a good challenge. Thank you for joining me. And this week, family, I'm jumping right in. You know what we're here to talk about? Confidence. Are you confident, family? When you walk in a room, do you own your space in that room? Do you have this feeling in your body when you move through spaces that you are supposed to be there? You are supposed to be there. And yet on this earth, you are supposed to be here. And it is a benefit to all of those around you if they meet you. If they meet you where you are, do you have that sense about yourself that you hold a gift and that you are important? That you're important and that whatever this gift is, that the others around you should be trying to figure out and to ask you to share your gift with them. I mean, that's a part of just having confidence, walking through life as if you have purpose. I'm here to check on you, family. Are you confident? And if you're not, guess what? I'm not judging you. Your girl is here. I'm here to help you with that. I am here to empower you because I want you to walk into every room owning your space and feeling like you deserve to be there. I don't ever want you walking in a room feeling like you are smaller than anyone else in that room. And I'm not talking about size, because in size you may be, what I'm saying, a little bit smaller, and you might like that. I don't know. But I don't want you feeling like you are less than anyone in any space that you enter. So I got you. Okay. So this is what I want to talk about today. And I'm going to do it quickly. So I want you to pay attention and take some notes, please. And make sure that you share this with someone else, some of your friends or family who you feel like are shy and that they lack confidence. Because come on, baby, the world is yours. So let me start off by saying having confidence. What does that even mean? So having confidence has nothing to do with being the loudest in the room or the most dominant in the space. It has nothing to do with that, nor does it have anything to do with not having fear. So when you show up in certain spaces, and you may get those little butterflies in your stomach just because you are human, or maybe because a part of your story, your background, maybe will tell the story as to why certain spaces trigger you to be fearful. But that does not mean that because you're fearful and you have fear that you will always lack confidence. No, because let me tell you something. Fear is not an indicator of confidence. You can be fearful in any situation, but confidence says, although I'm fearful, I'm going to do it anyway. Did y'all hear what I said? I'm confident and I may be fearful. However, I'm going to do it anyway. Confidence isn't something that everyone just normally, it's not something that you can buy. Let me just say that. It's not something that you can buy, but it is something that you learn. It is something that you build. It is something that you practice. You got me? Confidence is learned over time and it is built and it is practice. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to do exactly that. So we have 3 steps. I got 3 steps I'm going to give you of how to build confidence. So the first step is with competence. You got me? Competence. So the more that you learn about whatever this thing is the more confident you become in doing so. Okay. So let me give you a real life example. So one of my clients some time ago is an entertainer. However, you'd call this person famous, an entertainer. Okay, let me say that without, I don't want to tell you their name. However, when I used to, so part of this person's package was for me to go with them and do meet and greets with them. Okay. To also go with them so that they could network and so that they could be confident or feel confident while they were networking. All right. Okay. So this is with industry people and with fans. And so as we would start, we'd be at a huge event and we'd go to the event. And this person would say to me, like, oh my gosh, I really get nervous. I don't know what to say. I feel like everybody's looking at me, or when I'm speaking to somebody, they look down on me or that they're judging me. And so what I taught this person to do is, first of all, why don't we kind of get together something that you are going to say every time you walk in a room and every time you meet someone new. Every time you walk in a room and every time you meet someone new, this is how you're going to introduce yourself. You are going to learn it, you are going to practice it, and you are going to put it to work. You're going to use it. And this person started to do it. However, they paid me. I was right by their side. And so we went from one meet and greet to another meet and greet to one industry to another industry. And let me just say something, family. This didn't all happen in in the first day or in the second day. But the more that you practice doing a skill, the more competent you become at it. And the more competent you become, the more confidence you build. And I just want to say that after doing this with my client for maybe some time, right? For some time with several events, when I see this client now out in the world, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of them. And you would be shocked as to see who this person is. But my point is practicing something over and over again and then learning it, becoming competent. When you become competent, then what that does is, because you know what you know, and can't nobody take that away, that builds your confidence. And so now when this person walks in the room, I mean, not only can they introduce themselves and say what they do, but they also can ask for the things that they want, and they expect it. They expect it. That is confidence. I'll give you a personal example of me. So I would say the first time that, I was asked to do a TV interview, the very first time, I knew that when I got up in this whole situation that, I was going to kill it. I was like, oh yes, I love to talk, and, I could talk to anyone, and I have this message about mental health and I want to get it out. And so my assumption was that once I kind of got into a room and you gave me a microphone and a camera, that, once I got in front of it, I thought I was going to kill it. But what I learned was in that moment was no, there was something more that I had to learn. I was not competent with doing these interviews in front of a camera, in front of producers, in front of other people. I was not competent in that. I was competent in mental health. I was competent in life skills. I was competent in empowerment, but this was a totally new skill. It's kind of letting all these things that I have in my head come out my mouth when people are just asking me questions and, trying to get me to say things at a certain angle and wanting me to, when they had a different vision for me than I had for myself, I wasn't competent at that. So the first time, I did that interview, even sometimes now, y'all, when I think back to it, I'd be like, ay, 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 ay. It was not good. It was not good because I was not competent in getting my message across, no matter who was in front of me and how many lights and what people expected. I was not competent. However, that's all it took, Andrea, was to fail at one time, honey. And I'm going to say it was a fail because, I didn't do it. I didn't get 100 on it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a failure because it was still good. It was still used and it still helped me to get on so many other platforms. However, I wanted to feel confident. And since I didn't feel confident, that was why I didn't hit it out the park. That's why it wasn't 100. But let me tell you something. After that first time, I said, oh, no, no, no. So once I left that situation, I said, if I'm ever called to do another TV interview or news spot or whatever, I am going to hit it out the park. So I started to practice and I really leaned more into the mental health pillars, right? Into learning how to relax myself when I'm in those situations, not to overthink, to kind of learn how to deep breathe and get into my body and then get focused on what I wanted my message to be and my intention. And it didn't matter who was in front of me and what was in front of me, I was going to deliver because I knew that when I left wherever it was, when you were asking me a question, I knew that I wanted to feel confident about you getting what you needed from me and that I delivered it appropriately. And let me just tell you something. After that time, I practiced on my competence, on doing this skill, on honing in on what it was I need to deliver and how I needed to deliver it. And after I did it the next time, I was called to do it again. I was called to do it again. So I became competent at doing this thing called television. Okay. I became competent. So that made me confident. So that means that at any time, I'm just telling you, family, anytime somebody asks me to get on a mic, to get in front of a screen, they want to interview you, Andre, I am confident because I know my shit. I know it. I done it. I've done the work. I have practiced the skill over and over again, and I have competence. Okay. So the more that you practice a skill and that you know it, that's where confidence is built. Okay. So being competent, knowing your stuff. The second step is self-talk. Please use self-talk, family. So do you know what self-talk is? If you don't, here you go. Hey, family, come on over here because I have something for you. Starting off with a go to guide for keeping your minds healthy and strong. This right here is the Bible to mental health. It's your mental health Bible. The name of it is Six Pillars to Power Up Your Mind and Make Mental Health a Lifestyle. Everything that you need to know about keeping your minds healthy and strong is in this go to guide. Where you get it from? Well, you get it from awisebrown.com/shop. But in this go-to guide, honey, in this mental health Bible, you know what you're going to find out? You're going to find out the benefits of aromatherapy, and how it can shift your mood. But guess what? You don't have to go any place else to look for your aromatherapy because your girls got you, okay? You can get some aromatherapy here. This is aromatherapy is in this candle. This is called a slice of happiness. It makes me tingle, like literally makes me tingle. A slice of happiness. This is a cruelty-free candle with no parabens, no formaldehyde, and no known suspected carcinogenics. Now, you go out here and you find these candles that smell good, but are they good for you? Are they good for your brain? Come on now, get real with yourself. Well, this one smells delicious and it's good for you. Made with essential oils. It's a soy candle. Amazing. Uh, you can burn it or you can just walk by and smell it. Lord have mercy, it's so good. Okay, so that's your candle, your aromatherapy, which raises the dopamine in your brain. That's your natural feel good neurotransmitters in your brain. All right, y'all. And I'm a part of you. You're a part of me. We are a family. We got hoodies now, and these are unisex hoodies, and they wear well, they wash well, and they feel so good. So you can wear them over your clothes, you know what I'm saying, and look dope, or you can wear them as your clothes with nothing under them, which I like to do often. And when you travel everywhere, I mean, every time I wear them, I'm moving around. People are always asking me whether I'm traveling, going to the supermarket. What's that? Who's that? And I'm like, mental health is a lifestyle. Because see, this is on the back. Okay? They come in white and they come in black. I'm like, join the family. Mental health is a lifestyle podcast. So there you go. Family, don't you ever say that I ain't give you nothing. You get all of these things from awisebrown.com/shop. All right? I got your goods. I got you. You don't have to go anyplace else. I'll see you on the other side. So self-talk is the thing that you need to do to yourself. So you know how you talk to other people? Well, now I need you to turn that around and talk to yourself. So I'll go back to my example. So my example, when I was sitting down the first time for my first interview or whatever, TV interview, and what I noticed was, yeah, I knew all the stuff that I needed to deliver or that I wanted to deliver. But what happened when I was sitting in that situation, when people were asking me, the producers would ask me questions that really had a different twist because they were trying to follow a news cycle opposed to my reason for being here. So what happened was when they would ask me questions, what I noticed was when I was given certain answers, because it was throwing me off, it was different than what I had intended on doing. I started to judge myself. I started to judge myself like, whoa, hold on. I think she is looking at you like this. I don't know if she think that you know what you're doing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know. Does she want you to talk faster? Does she want you, or does he want you to talk slower? Or, you know what I'm saying? Why would they do? So I started to all of a sudden get into thoughts. So what I had to learn how to do, because first time I let the thoughts take me away. But after that first time, what I learned how to do is learned how to self-talk. And this is a part of mind control. That when I start to float off into thinking what I think you thinking and judging myself because I think you judging me, or, assuming what this person is thinking, as soon as my mind starts to go there, and family, you may have these moments too. I'm going to put some money on it. Sometimes you have these moments. So when my mind starts to go to, now I'm out of alignment, because that's what it is. It's being out of alignment with what it is that I'm here for, with my intention. Now my mind is going down a rabbit hole about what somebody else is thinking of me, or am I hitting it out am I giving them what they want? Oh, they thinking of, I don't do that. Stop the thought and I talk to myself. Hey, Andrea. No. It doesn't matter what they're thinking. You have 5 minutes to be up here. You come up here, and this is me, y'all, literally talking to myself. You up here, and and they probably talking to me, asking me a question, and this is me literally talking to myself. You got this opportunity that God gave you. You get back into alignment with your reason for being and what you came here to deliver. Don't care what they thinking. Shut that down. So this is me talking to myself. Self-talk. Now, all those negative thoughts, they don't think, I don't care. We don't care. We here to hit a home run. And the home run is to come here for what you intended on delivering, to deliver exactly that. And as soon as I do that and talk to myself, I get back in alignment, and bam, I'm just knocking it out the park. Boom, boom, one question after the next. And then sometimes I don't even wait for them to ask me a question, because now I am honed in on my intention. I will just go with it. I give them what they wanted, even more than what they wanted. And then what I find is every time I do that, guess what happens, y'all? They call me back again. They call me back again. They call me back again. Okay. So that is bringing really together my competence, because I've done this. I've practiced this, which makes me confident with sitting here. And then the second thing is when I'm sitting here and then my mind, I start hearing things or seeing someone look at me and my insecurities come up and my mind starts to try to tell me negative things. I stop that and I use self-talk, positive self-talk, reel myself right back in, let those negative thoughts go, get into alignment with my intention for coming, and then I deliver whatever the message is. So self-talk, guys. can be amazing. It can actually change your life. And you know that you can use self talk in all situations. When you're in the workplace, in your mind, you get in a situation that you don't like, that maybe you aren't feeling confident and you want to deliver a message, but yet and still all of a sudden you start negative thoughts start coming up, about, oh, maybe the person doesn't want to hear you. Oh, they're going to dismiss what you're saying. Oh, they're going to look at you or laugh at you or think you. I am telling you, use self-talk. All these thoughts, do I know them to be 100% true? You ask yourself, you'll answer, no, I don't. So I'm popping them thoughts and I'm letting them go. Self-talk, get in alignment with what your purpose is, and then you shoot your shot. Get in alignment and shoot your shot. So self-talk can be so powerful. And the third thing to building confidence, family. Do you know what that is? Do you know what it is? It's your presence. It is your presence. Let me tell you something. How you show up in a room, okay? And I'm not talking about having on the most expensive shoes, the most expensive bag, and the most expensive outfit, because I know plenty of people who walk around with the most expensive stuff on, and it's because they lack confidence. And what they're hoping is their confidence comes through in what they have on. But that's not real confidence, because that stuff could be stolen. If you spill something on it, now your day is ruined because you put all your power of your confidence in your outfit, in your shoes, in you understand what I'm saying? Your purse. That's not real confidence. Honey, confidence comes from in here. It's you. It's how you show up in the room. So don't get all, in your head about what you need to have on, expensive stuff, or you need to buy that. No, 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 no. You work on the inner you. You walk into a room and you have a presence about yourself, whether your stuff comes from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Walmart, or Neiman Marcus. Okay, it doesn't matter where it comes from, because that stuff is not you. God created you naked with none of that stuff. So you show up. Like, use the bad mama jamma. When you show up in the room, you have a presence about you. Honey, when you look around in the room, you look people in the eye. That was one thing that I have always taught my children. When I say my children, if you've been listening, you've been with me, you're part of the family. I have one biological daughter, but yet and still I have godsons and I have my stepson. And all of them I helped to raise. And from the beginning, I always tell them, anytime you have an interaction with anyone, whether it was a teacher, whether it was another kid, whether it was somebody at the church, okay, the usher, whoever, you look them in their eye, because you teach people that you see them and that they need to see you, that you respect them and that they need to respect you. Don't you ever start looking down at your shoe and moving around. No, pull your head up and you look people in the eye. So we're talking about presence is number 3. You hold your back up, because let me tell you something. Body language is everything. Body language adds to your feeling of confidence. That's the thing that positions you so that you do own your space in the room. And you don't need to take up space, anybody else's space. I'm talking about you owning your space. How do you own your space if you crouched over? How do you own your space if you got your head down? How do you own your space? You don't. You start to shrink, and then other people will take up your space. We ain't doing that. When you walk in the room, you walk with your back up. You hear what I say? You tuck your stomach in, okay? Make yourself look like you got a good old tummy tuck, okay? And you poke that rear end out. Okay, that's what you do. And then you hold your head up, your chin up, and anybody that you see, anybody that you encounter, you look them in the eye. You own your space in any room. Body language is so important when you want to feel confident and when you want to exude confidence, because you belong anywhere and everywhere that you want to go. You hear what I'm saying? I'm saying that you know that you've had access to. Now you ain't gonna be trying to go knock down some places that you know that you ain't supposed to be in, but you understand what I'm saying. So listen, family, the important part here, this is the important thing that I want you to get. Is confidence is not something that you just find on the street. You know, confidence isn't something that you just roll over and kick. You kicking something when you walking down the street. You bend over and you pick it up and you say, "Oh, I got confidence." No, 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 no. Confidence is something that you build. It is something that you build over time. And I am telling you that God already created you with the foundation of confidence. When he created you, honestly, you was 100% confident. You went home to whomever raised you, your nurturers, and some things kind of got out of whack, okay? Doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know this is what happens. And we start to lose confidence in one way or another. We could have been abused, or we could have been coddled too much, or maybe, not coddled enough. Maybe there was no structure. Maybe there was too much structure. Whatever the reasons were during your childhood that took away some of your confidence, I'm here to let you know that you can get it back. Because when God created you, he created you with 100% confidence. So you have the foundation, baby. So all you need to do, family, is just think like, yeah, you building a house brick by brick. You hear what I say? You have everything that you need to build your confidence. And that's what it is. It is an action word. You want confidence? You want more confidence? You need to build. Okay? You need to build it. So remember, here's the 3 things that you need to do to build your confidence. And remember, you have the tools. The first step is competence. When you become more competent about anything that it is that you want to do, when you become more competent, that builds your confidence. Having the knowledge of it makes you stronger. You feel stronger in your presence in doing whatever that thing is. Number 2 is self-talk. Anytime you start to have self-doubt and you start telling yourself those negative things, self-talk, you need positive self-talk. That's the antidote. Stop those negative thoughts. Stop them, and tell yourself the opposite, and then go show up in whatever space you're supposed to. And number 3, when you do show up, you have a presence about yourself. You hear what I say? You look people straight in the eye. You hold your chin up. You look them straight in the eye. You hold your back up. Hold that stomach in. I told you, give yourself a tummy tuck. Your own self. You know what I mean? Hold it in. Tuck that back part out. You hear what I say? And you take up space in the room. You stand tall. Your presence is number 3. And these are the 3 things that I want you to do continuously so that you continue to build confidence. Okay, family? And just before we go, I want you to put your confidence, your practice into action. An actionable thing is, let me just say this to you. If there's like some kind of post that you wanted to put on social media, but those negative thoughts was in your head about, oh, I don't want to post this. Oh, I don't know who's going to like it. I don't know if I'm going to get likes. Oh, I don't know if anybody's going to watch it. Whatever the reason is, I don't want people to see me like, if it's you, and it's something that you want to put out into the world, do it anyway. That I want you to practice. Do it anyway. Make a post and then tag me in the post. That's what I want you to do. So go ahead, do something. Post something on social media that you've been afraid to post, but you really want it out in the world. Post it. Post it. I want you to practice this skill of having confidence. Post it no matter what. Who cares? Get used to rejection. Who cares? People gonna forget about it the 15 seconds after anyway, because people are so much into their own lives and then trying to compare and contrast what everybody else is going on. Like, it does not matter. We only live on this earth for a short period of time. So come on. If there's something you want to post it and then tag me in it. The Mental Health is a Lifestyle Pod. I am on all social media platforms because I want to see it. We're putting this into action, family. Or if you want to shoot your shot with somebody, like, I don't know, maybe you want to go on a date with somebody. Accept rejection before you even do it. So if they reject you, then oh well. And then 9 times out of 10, they may not. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's you practicing, you understand, the skill of assertion, of confidence. Do that. Or if there's a new job that you may want, apply for the job. Do it anyway. So I want y'all to practice this skill, family, okay? So we are at the end of another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown. And family, I'll see you next week on the next episode. Meet me right back here. And don't you ever forget, I love you.